So I'm just like, well, just not that I'm pretty good. This is the market stuff. Some of the racial fund. I think it's something.
I think we're good. You're ready, Karen?
All right, hello, everybody. My name is Eric West. I'm about six months in here to Keller Williams as an agent. I've been a realtor for 8 years now. So Dayla gave me the perfect honor to lead this meeting. I need help on some open houses. I got open houses. I got a lot of listings right now, at least 4 to 5 that I can have somebody post an open house from Reynoldsburg. We just did a $10,000 price drop. Got one in Delaware. That's a newer 2023 new build house. I got one in Johnstown. It's built in 2019. And then I got another one in Westerville, but I gotta be there for those. But yeah, if anybody's interested in doing an open house, please contact me. It should be in the directory, Jared.West@KW. I'd be happy to help you get the opportunity to help you grow your business. Okay.
The way did you see that?
Any troubles? My trouble already?
Is it Jared?
Yes, sir, the right way. There's like 40 different ways to spell Jared.
Is it either JC?
Johnstown,
Saturday, Sunday.
and Johnstown, Delaware sound good to see.
Yeah, Newtown.
Yeah.
That was Ellsworth.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you an email with more information about getting addresses on both of these.
Okay, that's fine.
I guess probably say maybe Saturday and later.
Yeah, Saturday, Sunday, 3, 2 to 4, whichever is easy for you. It's football season, so I don't do anything on Sundays.
I don't watch sports, so it's appropriate.
I'm baloney with. I got my 1 to 4:30 to watch my Bengals disappoint me or make me happy. That's either or. I'm supposed to say anything more about it, so. Okay. All right, so we got some newcomers. Nia, are you here? All right, give it up. Raise your stand up, tell everybody hi. Are you gonna stand up, speech, do a speech?
Beach. Hi, everybody. I grew up in the business. Glad to be here. And my name is Mia Harrington.
Were you at another brokerage before?
Yes, I was at Carl Banker for the past couple of years. And now I'm here.
Okay, awesome, welcome Nia. Nia's really quiet in the back. If you ever we're back there in the cubicles, and I'm like, hold on, who is this person being really quiet? And I had to go fraternize her, so I am. Lauren, are you here? Lauren? Hey. I'm gonna butcher this one, so please don't be mad at me. Keeper, okay. Keeper. I used to be a teacher, so about 8 years ago.
Oh,
And I taught inner city kids, so I have some great names.
Keeper is at the Western office.
Oh, he's Westerville office,
He's
okay,
there.
welcome. Okay, Kurt, going once, twice, 3 times, all right. Well, welcome to newcomers. For our birthdays, make sure you said happy birthday to everybody. I didn't realize Brittany was born on our 10-year anniversary. Awesome. Here are our work anniversaries. And thoughts on their boys. Special. All right, here are cappers. Your team cappers. My supposed to make them stand up.
Congratulations.
Oh, congratulations, yay! Atta boy, girl.
Siobhan's in here tonight.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
congratulations, way to go.
And Alexa, my teammate Alexa.
Yes, and congratulations, Alexa, way to
It's
go.
in a fashion show in 2 hours.
Oh, that's impressive. All right, then we got our first listings, big deal. So congratulations, Amanda, Sarah, Angel, and Courtney. So your first listings ever. I remember doing my first listing and it was like, what do I do with my hands? And so it was definitely, even now with the market shift, is do I know what I'm doing? Yeah, so Definitely, congratulations. Congratulations on your first closing, and finally pay some bills, awesome. Amanda.
Julie.
Julia. All right, congratulations. Congratulations. Make sure you hold back at least 10%, pay yourself first. All right, my best friend Ben. Okay, congrats. Not here. Okay.
He's too cool for school.
Of course. He's probably hiding in the room. All right, here are top individual performers,
Written.
top individual written individuals, okay.
Rachel was so proud of herself and she said she'd be here, but I don't see her yet.
I'll give her, I'll scare her for that. All right, here's our top individual closed for August.
Woo!
Here's our top team for August, way to go. All right.
Wait, can you go back to that slide with my name on it? Sorry. It's a little quiet. Cat and Howard's in Granville today. She should be at the meeting there, so congratulations to Cat and Howard on that.
And Cheryl Houston, I know is at Westerville, congratulations.
Oh, are we being recorded?
Yeah.
Did we get it here?
Yes, we're.
Yeah.
Oh, we're on Zoom, oh, sweet,
Yeah.
even better. Okay, congrats. All right, top group, GCI, congratulations, Kathy Chair's group. All right, top groups written, the richest groups, everything's good, awesome.
Elon, he just left, he was here earlier.
And Shula back there, I see you.
Way to go. All right, top groups closed volume, way to go, awesome, kick butt.
Which group, are they in Granville today?
I'm not sure.
All right, here's our regional spotlight. Congratulations to Mike.
He's possibly in the Westerville, so congratulations, Michael.
Teams, way to go.
Okay.
She's killing it.
Here.
Okay, here's our Scarce Agent game for second. We gotta get 2 more so we can win. So find somebody that needs to move over here. All right, our best friend Pam.
You can go next. So this is it just newly in effect as of September 3rd. All new agents joining the board are now required to complete the new online MLS 101 class within 30 days of joining the board and paying your dues. It's a mandatory course to ensure all members are proficient in using the MLS and compliant with the rules and regulations. There's no cost for this class. However, if you fail to do this within 30 days, you will only have read-only access and possibly have a suspension of your MLS account. So heads up on that. I think as you're joining the board right now, there's an option to sign up for whatever classes are available, dates and times at that time. Okay. Any questions on that? I see a couple students in here. If you joined before September 3rd, you're good, but after September 3rd, you're required to take this course. For brand new agents, right? Brand new. Yes.
There's a top performer.
There he is.
Hey, but seriously, this is a huge point of our job, so if you don't know how to work the MLS, you're not gonna make it as an agent. This being true.
Okay, so this is exciting news. We now have a new app for our market center to download onto your phones and have access to our agent resources page at your fingertips. So you'll be able to see the training calendar here, you'll be able to book conference rooms here. amongst other pertinent information for the market center. So if you scan this QR code, actually, I would take a picture of the slide, because instructions are there as well. And scanning the QR code, that will help you get access to this, new app that James Sloan invented and created for us. So thank you so much. James, it's awesome. It's an awesome tool. Thank you so much. And then the Canva announcement, what happened to my slide? My QR code's gone. Shoot. I did that, I don't know what happened. Anyway, the Canva integration started about a week or so ago. I have instructions that I put on our Facebook page. I created a QR code, where it went. But I can get it back out there for you guys on how to connect your Canva accounts. So if you have any, problems with that, I'll put it back on our Facebook group page again so that you can see that, instructions on how to get your, Canva email connected with Canva. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. It's a Canva Pro account. It's free to you, free to anybody with a Keller Williams email. So any questions on that, let me know. If you have any problems getting connected, let me know. I will be starting, I'm starting to schedule out some Canva courses as well on our training calendar. So I'm still getting trained myself on how to train you guys. So, but getting connected is important too. So let me know if you have any problems with that, and I will, I'm gonna put it back on our Facebook page again. Like that.
Hey guys, out here in Granville. Hello. Okay, so the only thing I want to say is I just want to remind everybody a couple things. If you are, we're definitely encouraging more so, would like to try to get everybody to, as long as it works out, have your earnest money deducted from your commission. It helps, it just helps alleviate, having to cut checks, make sure we've got signers at all these different locations. So if you are able to have your earnest money deducted from your commission, go ahead and utilize that option. It's just something you need to let the title company know. And also, you no longer need to have the disbursement authorization form signed, because the new purchase contract covers that method of getting the earnest money taken care of when you guys close. So you don't even have to have that form anymore. It's already in the new contract. So just make sure you're using that one and you're good to go. Also, if you are, as far as commissions go, we're also encouraging, let the title companies know to have your commissions wired to us. They get you paid faster. It's a lot less, sometimes we get commission checks, we have no idea who they're for. We have to try to reach out to title, all the things. So just wiring commissions is definitely, best option for getting you paid faster. And any one of us staff members can either point you in the direction of, or get you a copy of wiring instructions to be able to give your title companies when you close as well. That's the only thing I had for you guys. And then Jennifer, I don't know if you have anything, but if you do, go ahead. I don't know if Jennifer has anything, so you guys can probably go ahead.
Yes, I don't have anything.
I'll give it up for our 2025 ALC committees.
Steve's the only one in the room, right?
Yeah, no, believe so. All right, Cinnamon, your turn.
She's.
Yeah, there's a few.
Yeah. She's here.
And Bob. And Bob.
She's board function.
You guys are muted right now.
There you go. Now we're good. Hi, everyone. You can go to the next slide. I wanted to remind you of a great program that the state of Ohio, along with Ohio Realtors and a number of other entities, have made possible for home buyers. New and repeat home buyers can take advantage of the Ohio Homebuyer Plus program. It's a high interest savings program that the state of Ohio has partnered with a number of Ohio-based, mostly credit unions like Kemba and Tel Ohio, in order for people to save up for their cash to close. So that's closing costs, down payment. I had a client that closed in August that used some of the funds for their earnest money. So there are great opportunities for people to save a little bit more. It's a 5-year program, but if you purchase a house within that five years, you're not penalized. And it is a great resource. You can find out more information by going to, I believe, the state treasurer's office, or you can just Google Ohio Homebuyer Plus, and it should come up. But it is something that is being governed by the state of Ohio. So all of the resources that you find, if it's not a state of Ohio official government website, don't trust it. And because I've gone through the process of this program has been around since 2024 is when it started. And so very few people have actually followed through the process to completion. But because I have, there are a couple things that I wanted to let you know about. You cannot use these funds for moving. You cannot use, your clients cannot use these funds for buying couches and all of that. They have to use it for things that will show up on the settlement statement. The website is pretty unclear, but we, through trial and error, found out that there are certain things that you just can't use it for. And if your client is using the financing from the credit union that they have their money housed in, there might be other incentives. My clients did not. They used a different down payment assistance program, but they were able to qualify for a 1% down program from another financial institution, but still utilize the money that they had saved away at their Kemba and Ohio accounts. Another thing to notice, if it's a married couple, the married couple can, each individual can open up their own account and use it for the same house. So that is my spiel regarding that. And then I just returned from the Ohio Realtors Conference, essentially, and I had an interesting conversation with Supra. So I would recommend, I won't go into all details because I don't know if it applies to Columbus yet, but I would keep your eyes open to any communications being sent out through Columbus Realtors or Ohio Realtors regarding them possibly migrating Supra boxes. So just keep an eye on that. We talk offline of what I heard, but I don't know if it applies to our MLS yet. So just a little heads up. All right, thanks.
Hey, real quick, before we get off the slide, I recommend going to each of these credit unions and opening the account. Kemba, I don't know if they still have it, but they have after 90 days, they'll match you $500. So you get a free $500. A high interest savings account, I mean, they're a lot higher than any CD that you're gonna find right now. When I got into it, between my wife and I sell both, they were giving 7% APY on their money. So even if you're not gonna buy a house after 5 years, it rolls over into a regular savings account. So you just have to be able to put the money away. You can't just willy-nilly take from the fund, but if you at least have $500, I recommend you or a significant other, go open an account and go get some free money, because it's hard to get free money from the banks because they'll make one back all the time. All right, so that's my 2 cents. All right, congratulations to Taylor. Yeah. All right, our culture champion is Paul George, does a lot of great things for the community here at the hospice work. Okay.
They're not on yet, so we'll have to come on.
They're not on yet.
Oh, I am here. I just hopped on.
I'm just kidding.
Hi, I think my camera's not working, so I do apologize about that, but I am here. My name is Taylor Elias. I am part of Transact Estate. Just popping in to say hello and explain who we are again. We are a transaction coordination team. We assist with getting your transactions from the start to the finish line. You can go ahead and go to the next slide. One of our big things that we are announcing is that we do have a new price for our Greater Columbus offices. So instead of the listing management being at 400, we're offering it at 225. Our buyer management from 375 to 200, our dual from 450 to 375, and our new build from 250 to 200. Essentially, what this means is we take care of the entire transaction. So once you go into contract, we'll reach out to not only your client, but the co-op, the title, the lender. We'll make sure that all of your contractual deadlines are complete, and making sure all of the communication is met with those, with the other side. We make sure that earnest money is taken care of. We make sure that closing is scheduled. We make sure that we're coordinating final walkthrough and getting that started, as well as the key exchange. If there's a home warranty, we assist with that. There's a lot that we can help with and do, and just to get it off of your plate and have that peace of mind. One of our biggest perks is that we do assist with the documents as well, and making sure that all of your documents are completed and ready to be checked for the compliance department, which we also work pretty closely with. So once we submit something into compliance for your documents, they already know and can get it entered and submitted almost immediately. So that is a perk that we have. You can go ahead and go to the next slide. We offer two types of management services. So one, we have compliance management, which is just communication with you as the agent and keeping up with your documents and making sure that everything is compliant. This one is a little more hands-off. So we're not doing as much communication, just to check in with you to make sure that we're still on track for our closing date. That full transaction management is going to be where we are fully hands-on and the lead communicator in a lot of those contractual deadlines. You can go ahead and go to the next slide. I think this is our last slide actually too. We do offer a couple of different items as well, our database management and our social media and marketing. These are more tailored towards the agent. So if there's something that you are interested in, we can set up a meeting and go over what you're looking for and price it out to you specifically. So those are what we have to offer. If anyone has any questions, feel free to email us. You can reach out to the front desk. They have some of our items as well, like our one pager that shows what we have to offer. And you can also schedule a meeting with us. So yes, that's all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, if you haven't signed up for this, please go ahead and sign up for it. This will be a great opportunity for you to really grow your business if you're struggling. And you get one free, so day one's free. After that, I think highly recommend. I'm doing it. You get an awesome superhero emoji in the back from our friends. But highly recommend. Bonfire, September 25th, out there on Covage. RSVP if you haven't already. Here's scan QR code. I think you got an email as well.
What's the city club? Is it like a country club or something?
The city club, if you've never been to the city club, it's on Covage Road. It's an old cabin. And we have a lot of functions that we go out there. It's right on the water, on the Hoover Reservoir. It's beautiful. It's the land right on the water. A giant bonfire pit and a really old cabin, so it's a lot of fun.
I may bring my guitar and I may make Jensen play the drums.
Oh, that would be so much fun.
I may make them sing,
That would be so much fun.
there you leave, but no, you're gonna sing.
I hope you guys can all make it. First.
If you haven't signed up for the golf outings, please do so. Ben and I, we need to find 2 more people. So if you wanna golf with us, come on, Babs. Yep. We gotta get some birdies in.
I know.
We have our chili cook-off and costume party coming up, October 16th.
In place of October office meeting.
Oh, so we're not doing office meetings, so that's what we're doing instead.
It'll be combined.
Oh, it's combined, okay.
Everybody will be so. That's so funny.
Okay, this one's gonna fill up fast, so please register if you're gonna do so. So Jason Abrams, he's big one here at KW. Seats do fill up very quickly, make sure you do get that registered. Go take the time to scan the QR code and take advantage of this opportunity.
Actually, it's only $30 and this is like the first time he's ever been in Columbus. I mean, I got my ticket right away. I highly recommend going to this.
She's on 5 months too.
Wait. Jason's on main stage at every single convention. It's just, he's brilliant.
I saw him when he was in Dayton a year or two ago, and it's just an incredible experience. Like the guy's he's forgotten more about real estate than most of us know. And he presents it in such a relaxed, humorous, enjoyable way to learn. So I definitely recommend it too.
Okay, so don't forget our office exclusive groups. If you just give people a day before, if you know a listing's coming up. And you can just take a quick time, like give a day or two head start within the brokerage. For people that here to see a listing before they end up going out. So definitely helps the brokers a little bit as well as that way. So be sure you are following these groups. Please follow us on YouTube if you haven't missed class. YouTube, press the wheels. All right, so we had Smart Series of Columbus Board of Realtors, so 8 weeks worth of pre-CE. I'm going on to year 9, so I'm getting stressed about getting all my CE done. But make sure you get that taken care of. Okay, if you need a headshot, we do have headshots on first Friday every month at 1:30 to 2:30. So October 3rd, that's going to be our next headshot. Coming in looking pretty. Alright, then the next one is we have the multiply your business, try to get marketing, massive listings mindset. Go ahead and scan the QR code to get tickets to this one as well. In real estate, you want to think of us as farmers. What you do today is going to impact your business 6 months from now. Especially as a newbie, if you're hustling, you're grinding, you're making your phone calls, you're making your contacts, you're trying to get 10 contacts a day, at least Monday through Friday, having those 10 conversations. So track conversations, not contacts. So the more conversations you have, you can see it in 6 months. Think of yourself as a farmer. All right, next, follow the Keller Williams podcast. So everyone's on there, Empire Building. And next we have the land summit. If you've never sold land, highly recommend getting there. There's a lot of different things that happen with land. Like right now I got one where you gotta pay attention to the deed restrictions and covenants. There's some people in some areas and localities really and make it a more complicated issue to sell vacant land. So if you don't pay attention to some of those things or have that knowledge, you kind of find yourself putting yourself in a tough spot for your buyer or your seller. Especially if you're dealing with an estate that has a bunch of land, a lot of farmers are selling off, if there's deed restrictions, covenants there. You can really kind of get yourself in a tight spot.
You say in person, correct?
Yes, in person in Fort Worth, Texas. So 2 days in October. It won't be as hot. As hot. Okay, if you want to jump on the Mojo Dialer, give a hold of Kate. She'll take care of you. All right, Billy.
I guess the first thing I think we probably always talk about is the Federal Reserve meeting yesterday. I spent most of the afternoon in all up till this meeting talking to clients. First thing to remember is the Federal Reserve is controlling short-term interest rates, not mortgage rates. Historically, they tend to trend in the same direction. But if you remember in November of last year, when we had the 50 basis points Federal Reserve rate cut, rates went up a half a point in the following week. Guess what happened yesterday? In the morning, mortgage bonds were doing incredibly well because they announced that they cut rates a quarter point. We literally had built that into mortgage rates 6 weeks ago. There was a 96% chance of that happening. Then Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell started speaking, and he spoke for about an hour and a half. And as he spoke, and the more he spoke, the worse interest rates got. So mortgage rates ended up the day an eighth worse than they began, even though we had a reduction. Mostly because he's concerned about the economy, he's concerned about the employment status, hiring is significantly slowed. He made a point that if you're a new college grad or someone looking for a job now, it's very difficult to find work. And because of that, people are not spending money. So the inflation concerns are less than they were, but there's no hiring. So people without jobs obviously can't spend money or buy homes, right? So it's normally a knee-jerk reaction to him speaking, and will balance out over the next few days. But you're gonna have clients, especially if they're in the process of shopping, say, I saw rates went down a quarter point. No, they did. What went down is your credit card rate, personal loans, auto loans, and your savings rate. That just went down. So your long-term high yield savings accounts just got a quarter point reduction. So just be prepared to talk about that. It's not, what they do is the overnight lending rate for banks. So that's what banks can borrow from the Fed, banks can borrow from each other, and that's the rate they pay. Yes, it was reduced. Mortgage rates are tied most closely to the 10-year treasury. So if you look at a chart of what the 10-year treasury bond is doing, mortgage rates are going to follow that. The spread's about 2.25% to 2.5%. That gives you a good idea of where rates are. With that said, we are still at rates that are the lowest we've seen in 16 months. Okay. And we're still well below what the average rate has been over 30 years. All those things are positive. So just be prepared to talk about that. And then just a quick plug. I know I've spoken with some of you. I think Nasina recently started Agent Plus. It's a program that we have where if you've closed 5 transactions in the last year, you can actually get a mortgage license and you can be paid on the loans that your buyers are doing. I know things are slowing down. Many people are a little bit below what their goals were or last year's production. It's basically increasing your per transaction revenue by 15 to 22%. And it takes about 1.5 minutes of your time once you're licensed to originate the loan. You don't have to do all the loan officer work. I'm assigned as your senior loan officer. And it's basically probably the highest ROI versus effort out that you're going to get on any real estate transaction you're doing. So if anybody has even the slightest bit of interest, we're getting into the typical slowdown for the fall. This would be a great time to get your classes and things done. Reach out. We can set up a time, 20, 30 minutes. I'll go over a little presentation with you. But here's the big thing, guys. As rates decrease, more and more of your borrowers are refinancing. Last month, 42% of our volume, and we're a top 20 lender nationally, were clients using the equity in their homes to do things, right? Some people are not moving, but they may need to do an addition. They may need to do a remodel. Consumer debt is at a record high, 30-year high. Credit cards usage is out of control, obviously, because everything costs more, but our wages didn't go up. So the opportunity in your buyer business is great, but I always say loan officers, you've always been shut out of the refi books. And that's when loan officers buy second homes, fund their retirement, pay for their kids' college. This is coming, and it's probably going to come sometime between now and the end of 27. And when it does, you're going to want to be in line. Plus, it's a great touch for your clients, right? Instead of just calling saying, hey, how's the house? Is there anybody that, looking to buy or sell? You can say, hey, I'm now a licensed loan officer. Do you realize that you have over $100,000 of equity in your home that you could use for debt consolidation, home improvements, a 2-week vacation to Italy, whatever you'd like? I'd be glad to help you with that. We do have a loan officer in Chicago that was at Mega Agent Camp, and he was on the growth call a few weeks ago. And he originated 5 refinances, 3 listings, and 2 buyers. Well, his VA did, but we have a series of emails that he sent out, the VA followed up. And he basically put about 15,000 extra dollars in his pocket last month, just off clients that he hadn't spoken to in several years. So please reach out. I'd love to talk to you about it. 100% compliant. There are some steps that take and a little bit of out-of-pocket costs to get started. We do reimburse you if you close 3 transactions in the first 6 months, and it's a win-win. It matches with the Keller philosophy. So that's my plug. Thanks, Jared. Yes, sir.
One question, you said 5 transactions, 5 total transactions per buyer side.
5 total transactions in the previous 12 months.
Or last little bit, as a realtor, we gotta know something about money. Just because home prices have gotten so expensive. And a lot of people live month to month, so. It's really good to pay attention to what mortgage rates are doing, to be able to advise people. Especially if anybody does have a lot of money and equity, and they don't have a plan for their house. I always advise to get that home equity line of credit, because a lot of people don't have that 6-month savings account. To where if an emergency does come up, they can't. Now they're in this bind with the stress that's going on with the emergency to go get that home equity line of credit, because then, again, everybody knows why we're not gonna go into a recession, into a depression again on the home prices. It's because it's hard to get a loan. It's really hard. So it's good to have that extra little bit of cash reserves, kind of like a credit card, but obviously know who your client is. If they already have credit card issues in the past, they had to pay a lot of stuff off and weren't really savvy financially in credit cards, they're probably not the best person to advise to get a home equity line of credit to use.
But a home equity line of credit could be used to basically refinance the credit card debt, put it on there at a much lower interest rate. Since it's
100%.
secured with the lien on the property. It can also be a great opportunity for people with high credit card debt, if they don't know about a home equity line of credit. You can save them a lot of money month to month.
Yeah, you still gotta protect the issues, and that's budgeting. Do they know how to budget?
Hey, Jared, I just want to add one thing too. I was in a mastermind, the mastermind here a couple weeks ago, and what a lot of people that were talking had listings that were sitting, okay? We're seeing more and more of that. 2 things on that. One is having financing incentives versus a price cut is going to be more attractive. You're gonna get 5x to 6x bigger difference by offering, say, 2% of the purchase price in buyer interest rate incentives than you are a price reduction. And there's ways that you can market that. Mick Gordon has a listing that he called me about last night. And we looked at what it would cost to do a 2-1 buy down.
Yeah.
It was about $9,800. If the seller decided not to, or if the buyer decided not to use that for a temporary buy down, and just took that $9,800, we ran some numbers this morning. A well-qualified buyer this morning, the interest rate, depending on credit score and down payment, was 6 3/8 to 6.5. If you use 2 points, you could buy that rate permanently down to 5.75. Okay, that is going to increase buying power. When we talk about affordability, price cuts are not helping buyers as much as interest rate incentives. And there's some great wording that we have that you can put in agent remarks and put in your property details so that it shows up on the aggregator sites when people are surfing. But keep that in mind, how the deal is structured can really help you attract more buyers. In this case, if they did a temporary buy down, the payment went down $542 a month for the first year and nearly $300 for the second year. So that's a big, you're talking about moving buyers in a lower price range into your home, at least for the first 2 years. Now, ideally, they're either going to refinance or hopefully they're going to get some increases with their wages at their jobs to either grow into that fully amortized payment or get a refinance opportunity. But you should always talk to your lender. If it's not me, I know you guys have some great relationships. Find out what it would take, because oftentimes, even at pre-approval stage, we could tell you if you can negotiate, say, a 2% seller contribution, we can get this interest rate down into the low 6s or high 5s. And it's now maybe instead of your buyer qualifying for 250, they're qualifying for 315. That's a different house. That's more homes. So definitely lean on your lenders to talk about strategy before you think price cut, unless you just knew going in that you overpriced your buyer.
Buyer heavy. And your people want to wheel and deal on price. Please pivot them. We're wheeling and dealing on closing costs. Just because affordability and understanding, people live month to month. And they're very payment conscious. Your job is to get them in a payment that they're most comfortable with. So the difference from 300,000 straight up or 10,000 or 12,000 in closing costs, you really, that $500 per month, that's groceries, that's gas in your car. Those are little things that when you're out there and being the professional that you are, you gotta be able to have those type of conversations with your friends, saying, hey, this is where we need to go. This is the best play. Yes, the house has been on the market for over 3-4 weeks where we're seeing things. Our play is on a reduced price. Our play is to get you as much closing costs as possible to make the house more affordable for you in the long term. So those are the things that is, you never want to have that stupid phone call where I got to foreclose. I'm going through that right now. But you always want to have those kind of conversations with your people and ensure that you're putting their best interest at heart. All right. I think we're done here.
Kathy, would you like to speak?
Yes, Kathy, please.
Just gonna let everyone know, we now have an office in Johnstown. Really, where your Keller Williams office is over there in Johnstown, we're just right behind them. And the suite, so we do have an actual office there now. So we just let everyone know that, and we are having an open house on October 3rd. And it will be between 2 and 4, we'll have food and drinks and all that good stuff. But I'm gonna leave flyers out and I hope some of you can make it.
If he is at an outside office location. Well, there's a new homeowner concierge program that they have just to help you guys. I think that wraps everything up.
You want to give them a chance to talk or?
Well, there's sponsors at every office, so we'll
Okay,
let
just
them
kidding.
get started and.
Fastest office meeting ever, you guys.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right, we're gonna let our sponsor speak now, so we'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Any questions or anything that